Hello everybody, it's Non-Scene News here, and today we've got a lot of breaking dates today. So the first news today is coming from Russia, where we've got news that Putin confirms the use of UK and US made weapons on the territory of Russia. Putin says the conflict in Ukraine has acquired a global character after the strikes. He stressed the use was impossible without direct involvement of operators from the manufacturing countries, so he means obviously the UK and the US. He said that long-range weapons won't change the tide of the conflict. Russian troops are advancing in the front line, Putin says. President Putin also issued a warning to the West that we will act decisively in case of escalation, and Putin stated that we have a right to use weapons against military objects of those who use weapons against us. President Putin also stated that there is no way to counter our missiles. The president stressed that Russia believes it now has the right to use ballistic missiles against Ukrainian military targets, but while choosing the targets for retaliation measures, Moscow will give warnings in advance for the protection of civilians. So in that speech, Putin stated that Russia now has the right to use ballistic missiles, and that is exactly what they did. So last night, yesterday, we had news that Putin announced a successful test of the Oshnik hypersonic MRBM was conducted on the target in Ukraine's Dnipro. So yesterday we just got news that Russia has unleashed the very first intercontinental ballistic missile. So it was a medium-range ballistic missile. If you can see this post here in your bottom left corner, we can see the ex-president of Russia stating that, stating in this ex-post that, so that's what you wanted, well, you've damn well got it, and showing this new hypersonic ballistic missile. So this is apparently, according to Putin, this is a completely different missile. It's never been seen before, so this is a completely new ballistic missile that Russia has developed, and it seems that Putin stated that it was being tested. It was tested on Ukraine, and it was a success. So if we can just see these videos, we can see the Russian intercontinental ballistic missile strike Ukraine's Dnipro city. So so this confirms, actually, this is the first time an intercontinental ballistic missile has been used in combat. So ICBMs have never been used in combat before. So this is the first time in history Russia has, anyone has unleashed a ballistic missile onto someone. Reporting news. So what we know about this new Russian ballistic missile, this medium-range new hypersonic ballistic missile, that it's obviously in the name, it's a medium-range ballistic missile with a non-nuclear hypersonic capabilities, so it can't carry nuclear warheads, apparently. So it reaches Mach 10, that's equivalent to 2.5 to 3 kilometers per second. So it seems that it wasn't shot down, so we don't know how Ukrainians can counter this new weapon. So we've got news that in the future Russia may continue to use this missile in tests, apparently, throughout Ukraine. So Russia unleashes its new ballistic hypersonic missile onto Ukraine, and apparently it didn't get shot down, so according to Putin, it was a success. Now let's head to some responses to this new ballistic missile launch. So Zelensky stated that Ukraine is a nuclear testing ground now officially. Zelensky confirmed that the intercontinental ballistic missile hit. So today, he stated that today there was a new Russian missile, all of the characteristics, speed, altitude of an intercontinental ballistic missile. Expertise is currently ongoing. It is obvious that Putin is using Ukraine as a testing ground. So Zelensky says now, with this new sudden escalation of Russia now using intercontinental ballistic missiles, Ukraine has now turned into a quote-unquote, from Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, a nuclear testing ground. So Zaluzhy, the former commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian army, stated that World War III has already begun. So he stated that I firmly believe by 2024 we can say World War III has started. Ukraine now faces not just Russia, but soldiers from North Korea. Let's be honest. Civilian killings by Iran Shahad UAVs are happening openly, socially stated, and missiles made in North Korea are striking Ukraine, and they openly admit it. Chinese-made shells are being used, and Russian missiles are equipped with Chinese components. So, according to the former commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian army, World War III has started. So, very concerning news. We've got news that the American President Joe Biden has just submitted to the US Congress a statement of intent to cancel half of Ukraine's economic aid debt, a sum of around $4.7 billion. So the American President Joe Biden has apparently submitted to the US Congress a statement to try and cancel over half of Ukraine's actual economic debt to America, so around, according to the source, 4.7 billion US dollars. We've got news that the Russian foreign minister stated that and called the Biden administration's actions on Ukraine an attempt to, I quote, shit on the work of the future Trump administration. So that's coming from the Russian foreign minister. So that's really all I've actually gotten news of Ukraine and Russia at this very moment. And now let's head to Romania. So we've got news that the government of Romania confirmed today its intent to purchase over 32 F-35 Lightning II aircrafts by signing a letter of offer and acceptance (LOA) through a US government foreign military sale. So we've got news maybe in the future Romania will be gaining 32 American F-35 jets in a military deal with America. We've got news coming from the Slovak and Serbian president. That's the Slovakian Prime Minister Fico said that he and the Serbian President Vučić plan to attend the victory parade in Moscow on May 9th together. So obviously this is a big parade because this would be I'm pretty sure the 80th anniversary or the war ending, the ending of World War II for the Russians, the Patriotic War. So very interesting news. So the Slovakian Prime Minister and the President of Serbia will be attending, apparently, according to the Slovak Prime Minister. And this is probably one of the biggest news come today, and it's coming from Belgium. So we've got some breaking news. So the International Criminal Court, the ICC has just issued the arrest warrant for the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former Defense Minister Gallant for war crimes in Gaza. So an incoming American Senate Majority Leader John Thune had recently said that American government would impose sanctions on the International Criminal Court if the ICC issued warrants for the Israeli officials. So it has just happened. So under International Criminal Court, Benjamin Netanyahu is now a war criminal. So very big news. We've already got news of countries already supporting this bill. So obviously Belgium, the Belgian Ministry of Foreign Affairs just posted on X that it shows support for the decisions of the International Criminal Court, the ICC, of issuing the arrest warrants for the Benjamin Netanyahu and the former defense minister. We've got news that the Netherlands states that the Netherlands is ready to act upon Netanyahu's arrest warrant as EU chief says decisions to be respected, implemented. So the Netherlands is now together with Belgium. We've got many more around the world. We're just waiting for them. We've got news that Canada, Justin Trudeau stated that Canada will stand by the International Criminal Court, so it will arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, if it steps forth on its territory. And many more are joining, and probably Spain will be joining, and many more. So very big news come today regarding the issue warrant of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister. So they have done it. Now let's head to Great Britain. We got news coming from a military chief that UK troops would be ready to fight Russia tonight if needed. So the military chief stated that UK forces are ready to face Russia tonight, said Rob Mangawan, the deputy chief of the British Defence Staff, as MPs asked him how many British brigades could get to NATO's eastern flank in the event of a major escalation with Russia. We got news coming from the British Defence Secretary of Great Britain, John Healey. He stated that we will consider giving away decommissioned equipment to Ukraine. We've also received news today coming from Morocco plus China. So we've got news that Xi Jinping, the president of China, visited Morocco just after the G20 summits that were held in Brazil, and he held talks with the Crown Prince of Morocco. So the Chinese president Xi Jinping made a short visit to Morocco on Thursday and was welcomed in Casablanca by the Crown Prince of Morocco. So he stated that China has stepped up to investments in Morocco's infrastructure and rail sector in recent years and will continue to do so and even ramp up investments between the two countries. So very interesting news. We've also got news coming from Israel and Lebanon. So we've got news that the village, the Israeli Defense Forces have likely encircled Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon in the village of Kiam. So this was reported after Israeli forces successfully pushed into the town center. So it's here. So if we were to actually measure this to the closest part of the Israeli border, that would be about 6 kilometers, and in miles it would be 3 miles. So very big news. So we've got news that Hezbollah militants are apparently encircled in that village there. We've also gotten the current situation and Israeli advances in southern Lebanon in a map. So we can see here in the bottom left corner, we can see all of the current situations, all of the Israeli advances in southern Lebanon. So quite a large push into Lebanon itself. So I'll keep you updated if there's anything else on that. We've got news that Iraq has requested an emergency Arab League meeting to discuss Israeli threats, according to reports. So I'll keep you updated on this Arab League meeting that will probably be coming up soon. That Iraq has just requested an emergency Arab League meeting, which I'll keep you updated on that. We've got news coming from Pakistan that a violent clash happened between, apparently according to sources, Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslims in Pakistan. So in the northwest Pakistan, gunmen attacked Shia pilgrim group, resulting in the death of over 40. Clashes reported. So we've gotten some videos which I might have to blur out or just upload this on the non-seen news Telegram. But there's been a huge clash between apparently Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslims in northwest Pakistan, and there's been 40 reported dead in a gunman fight. We've gotten some news coming from India that a new missile test might be coming soon. India has just issued a notice to Air Mission NOTAM, warning for a likely missile test of the coast in India in Bay of Bengal from November the 27th to the 30th. So this is the rough outline of where in this apparently new missile test of India will be happening. So I'll keep you updated on that Indian test launch of the missile. And we've also received news coming from North Korea that North Korea's Kim Jong-un has accused the US of stoking tensions and warns of a nuclear war. The North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has accused the United States of ramping up tensions and provocations, saying that the Korean peninsula has never faced such risks of nuclear war as now. So this was reported by the state media of North Korea, KCNA. And the last news coming today is coming from America, where we've got news coming from Texas that SpaceX conducts its 6th test launch of Starship prototype. So President-elect Donald Trump and Elon Musk watched the rocket launch from the Boca Chica launch site in Texas. The Starship completed one orbit of the Earth and splashed down successfully in the Indian Ocean of northwest of Australia. So this launch that Elon Musk and Donald Trump actually watched personally in person was a success. And the last news come today is coming from some space news that I decided to add in. So we've got a news here in your bottom left corner that astronomers have just captured the first ever images of a dying star outside of the Milky Way using a very large telescope. So if you can see here in your bottom left corner, apparently this is the first ever captured image ever of an image of a dying star outside of the Milky Way. So very interesting news. And that's all the news I actually have for you today. Not much news happened today, which is probably a good thing, but I am non-scene news, so I'll try and provide you news that medias around the world do not show you. I do these videos hopefully daily, so consider subscribing and liking. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.